Good morning. It is coffee time again. Hold on one second. All right, so this coffee talk is going to be a little bit deep because for some reason this morning I'm just really in this deep thought phase. I think this is something that um, Gen Xers do quite a bit, which is we get into these deep thoughts and contemplating the meaning behind certain things. And what I want to talk about today, based off the title of the video, is we all have expressions that we use throughout our lives, right? Whether they are things that just kind of help us deal with situations that come up, like, it is what it is, or it's something that we use as almost like a mantra or as something to kind of help right the ship when we veer a little bit off course of a plan or who we want to be as individuals, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot because there's one that I say quite a bit. As anybody who knows, watching the channel, I have been since April really working on my diet and exercise in order to get my A1C numbers down and in check. And as you know, I've been successful in doing that, but I'm still on that path of losing weight and trying to maintain a somewhat healthy lifestyle. Because, I'm aiming to hit 100. That's my goal. I want to live to see 100 and beyond, but I want to be healthy and active during that time frame. But there's an expression, there's a saying that as per usual with me, I glean my wisdom from movies and television shows and books to a degree. And it was season 3 of Vikings Valhalla, and I want to say it was episode 6, and I don't know which character said it, but what they said is hunger tells us what we need, appetite tells us what we want. And I think about that all the time in regards to my diet, um, especially at night when I'm sitting down after dinner. I usually try not to eat anything after 7 o'clock, just drink water. And if I'm watching TV with G, then a lot of times, I'll get to the point where I want a snack. I'll see something on TV that looks good, and I'll be like, oh, I want a snack. And I'll use that expression, and I'll stop myself, and I'll think, okay, is this hunger or is this appetite? Now, if it's hunger, and I realize, oh, I haven't really eaten much today, I'll eat something because I'm not an idiot, right? But if it's just appetite and I recognize it as that, and I'm like, no, I'm not hungry, I'm just bored, then that expression comes in really helpful for me. Um, Another one that I use quite often, it's Robin Williams from Dead Poet Society when he's quoting that poem, and I don't know the name of the poem, but I know, that end piece of it is, and the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? I think about that a lot. So those two I think about quite a bit, and the hunger one actually recently has really taken on instead of just a literal meaning of whether I'm really hungry or not, it's kind of taken on more of a deeper thought provoking meaning to me in the sense that, you know, um, when I think about life and doing things that you want to do, are you doing them because you're bored and you're seeking just to fill the void, or are you doing something that really satisfies your soul? You know what I mean? Um, like for me, creating videos like this and posting on YouTube, or writing in my journal, or when I was painting a few years ago and I would do paintings and things like that. Those are the things that would really feed my soul and my creative spirit animal, so to speak. And I feel like really, I put that aside for some reason for a long, long time where I wasn't really doing any of this. And there was a definite starvation happening. I'm coming to realize in the sense that, um, I was doing things that were, you know, feeding the appetite of I want this, so I'm going to work and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to get these things, but I wasn't really satiating what I was hungry for. Does that make sense? And so I wanted to pose that question to you. I wanted to know, and in the comment section, if you have a moment, I would love to hear what your expressions are, that your go-to sayings, expressions, whether it's from a movie or a book that you read or a TV show or a best friend. Um, what's something that you go to that really helps you kind of course correct when you feel like you've been off your beaten path that you're supposed to be on? What's something that you internally repeat to yourself and that always helps get you back on track? I'm really curious to see if maybe we have some of the same ones because I have a lot. I am a movie junkie, and I am constantly quoting movies. Just ask G. She she doesn't get them because she doesn't watch a lot of the movies that I do. When she watches something, it's usually for educational purposes. She likes real life stuff, and so when I quote stuff from movies that are, you know, not in the vein of movies that she generally watches, they just go right over her head. But yeah, I'd really be interested here. So in the comment section, that's your homework for today. Let me know an expression or a phrase that you use. Um, Another one that popped in my head, there is that tale, and I've researched this a few times, and it's about, it's an Indian tale, Native American tale, that talks about two wolves, that there's two wolves that live inside each of us, and it's like love and hate, and they're constantly at war with each other, and they're constantly fighting, and each of us have to struggle with that, the internal war that's going on within us of good versus evil. And this is a grandfather telling his grandson this, and the grandson says, well, which one wins? And the grandfather says, the one you feed. Maybe I'm hungry. That's why I'm thinking about all these expressions with food. But anyway, the one you feed is the one that wins. And so that one gives you a lot of insight as to, if you feed the hate and you feed the negative, the evil, that's going to win. And if you feed the good and the positive, that's going to win. So it's a choice, right? And so these little parables that are life lessons are really interesting to me. I tend to think about these things a lot, especially in the morning when I'm first getting my day going, especially the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. I think about that a lot in the morning, and I think, especially whenever the house is quiet and everybody's left and started their day and I'm sitting there getting ready to start my day, I tend to think, what's my verse going to be today? What's it going to be? Am I going to do some good in the world today? Am I going to help somebody? Am I going to just make somebody's day by paying for their coffee in the Starbucks line behind me? You know what I mean? Just be like, oh, I'm going to pay for the guy behind me, right? Is it going to be something like that that's just going to make somebody's day? Yeah, just little things like that. So I always think about, what kind of a day am I going to make today? So that's what I was thinking about this morning as I was getting ready to record this. And I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to you. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I wanted to record this because I felt like I thought maybe it'll make a good video. So I hope it did. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, and you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then damn it, do it. And I'm not going to edit that out either. Just going to let it roll. Have a great day, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the comments section.